Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bike, and whenever I'm in New York, I look at CultureShare for the best in calypso music.
While mashing down this party, I saw this Spanish lady. Everyone around she loved the way she move her body. Suddenly she turned and watched me, her eyes on fire, so swollen with desire. I felt electricity through my spine when she came and started to work. Oh mi amigo, yo te quiero, my señorita, mi muchacha. Come closer darling, let me tell you something. Touch me all over, my heart's desire. Mi muchacha, mi señorita, yo te quiero, oh mi amigo.
Well, hello again. It's that time once again to delve into the sweet rhythms of the Caribbean as we highlight the calypso and soca music. I am Harold PYSADEE, and this is CultureShare. For the next hour, we're going to have pure happiness in the music. We're going to begin with one of the female forces in the art form. She comes from Tobago. That's the sister isle of the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Her name is Eastlyn Orr, and here she is with a stabbing commentary, That's Life.
Someone say life is trouble. I'm inclined to agree. If you know anything about struggle, you gon' feel just like me. Every day mankind got problems, fighting hard to survive, seeking ways how to solve them, means of staying alive. But as you go through that struggle, keep one thing in your mind. You're dealing with people, rare people, and that's life. So when the chips are against you and everything make you blue, you've got to be strong. Stand like London, 'cause that's life. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. When you're too good for people, you're the best in the town. But the day you're not able, you're the worst thing around. You go hear how you're wicked, you go hear how you're bad. It's all talk till you're stupid, it's all talk till you're mad. But when you face persecution and mankind do you wrong, you've got to be strong. Stand like that London, 'cause that's life. So when the world seems against you even friends make you blue, you would see that one day you go get there, 'cause that's life. Oh yeah, yeah. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. If you become successful at something that you do, instead of your friends, them should be cheerful. It's them that does jealous you. Mankind does stay just so and hate you for no reason at all. Try their best to frustrate you and to make you feel small. But try always to please yourself and come down from that shelf, and you'll see that one day you go get there, 'cause that's life. Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, once again. Da, 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 da.
Yes, keep hope in your veins and the dope from your brain. Stand up like the Rock of Gibraltar and face the challenges of life. It's all a survival game. Eastland Orr on CultureShare. We're gonna change the beat now to steel band music and feature the GBC New Dimension Steel Orchestra from the 1990 Panorama Finals in Grenada. This is all about them flag women. A spirited performance there from the GBC New Dimension Steel Orchestra, Dem Flag Woman. And by the way, that was arranged by Butch Kelman. Culture Share on the move, and we'll be right back. You know, some people might be tempted to say that youth is wasted on the young, but in this case it is certainly not so. This is Inspector with What Next Shall the World Be?
Have you ever asked yourself this question? What will this world be by the year 2000? A world that ruled by sin and corruption, where the human race keep facing destruction. I will like to know, if there's more to go, then what will become of the next generation? We're living in a world and we can't find peace. Mankind treating mankind like beasts. Russia left America on the right. Black and white, so we can't unite. People balling, children crying, hunger striking, many more coming. What next shall the world be? Bidum 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 boom boom. Bidum 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 boom boom. Bidum 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 boom boom. bingo. A wall that's no longer man's dominion. The rights today is for women and children. Everywhere we turn we hear about abortion. Homosex is legalized, also prostitution. Something telling me that there's more to see. But if there's worse to come, then I hope I'm not wrong. Religion against religion. Misuse of the Holy Bible by man. Satanic practices everywhere. Even the preacher men, they don't care. People balling. Children crying. Hunger striking. Many more coming. What next shall the world be? Bidum bidum dum bidum dum dum. Bidum bidum dum bidum dum dum. Bodum bidum dum bidum dum dum. Pa pa la. Bing ding dum dum ding dum. Ding ding dum dum. Disease of many kinds is so rampant. Drugs have taken hold of many millions. The amount of homeless people we have is a shame. Frustration have us playing a life and death game. Each one know to win. No one care about sin. Just to own the world, man would sell his soul. In this world you don't know who to trust. And everyday things are getting worse. Hypocrites and parasites in the dark. With a smiling face, stab you in the back. People balling. Children crying. Hunger striking. Many more coming. What next shall the world be? Bing bing boom bing boom. Bidum bing boom dum bing bang. Bidum boom boom dum bing boom. Bidigi digi dum dum. Pa pa na na. Boom bing boom dum bing. Pa pa na na. Take a close look at Trinidad, where they had violence that killed them real hard. The gang that ruled by Abu Bakr, that left thousands of people to suffer. Something telling me that there's more to see. But if there's worse to come, then I hope I'm not wrong. Religion against religion. Misuse of the Holy Bible by man.
Inspector, not sounding very optimistic there, but we'll still live in some hope. And Specky, let's see what happens by the year 2000. From Inspector, we go to the genius of Calypso, the Calypsonian who has won more accolades than any other Calypsonian in the business, and quite rightly so. The mighty Sparrow. Here's Sparrow poking fun at one of the status symbols of London and why it is not as revered as it used to be.
Noted for diplomacy, once a formidable foe. Tops in pomp and pageantry, history books will show. Tough sea dogs, great explorers, mighty kings and fierce warriors. Trouble take we since they're dead and gone. London Bridge is falling down to the ground.
London Bridge is falling down.
London Bridge is falling down.
London Bridge is falling down.
The immorality of the young, the instability of the power, and the humility to the ground. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down, yeah.
London Bridge is falling down.
Yeah, boy, London Bridge falling down. I'll defend her rights to the end. Run around and love up your men, but not in front of the little children. London Bridge bridges falling down. Immorality gone, gone, gone. Morality gone, gone, gone. Do it again, da 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 da, hey. Pa na 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 na. Play right. London Bridge. Da 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 da. Days of old when nights were cold, Britain ruled supreme. Songs were sung and tales were told. Life was like a dream. Tough men like Truman and Hutton, Churchill and Horatio Nelson. Ever since these gallant heroes gone, London Bridge is falling down. Falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down. Johnny Bryan have me in doubt. Papa's right there in front of snow. Don't tell me how she big toe get in him out. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down. They say when a man finishes sucking toe, his appetite for tata don't grow. So when next they try and not go, London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. Hey boy, London Bridge falling down. I hear when he see the toe in him out, with all the tatas hanging about, and you tell the Queen Mama trust ya. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. I'm really feeling sorry for the crown, but lucky thing the Queen Mother strong. She could have catch a heart attack on the ground. She said everybody wagging their tongue, calling us misfits and highly strong. Sparrow can walk proud again in England. Through this too sexy chicken from Buckingham. London Bridge is falling down. A duchess and a princess ruining the crown. Saddam laughing, saying we are no longer strong. The Prime Minister devalue the pound. I hear up to now Prince Philip can't talk. Walking all about in a state of shock. Yeah, and they tell Andrew watch Brian like a hawk. Let him go back to Texas and run amok. Still I can't forgive the Duchess of York for shaking up the beef and sharing the pork. Diana man, what gone wrong? Diana man, Gilby, what going on? Diana man hit a photographer head on. Then he pick up his briefcase and start to run. You mean you want to read that thing in the sun? The monarchy in trouble, none can relax. The people want the Queen to pay income tax. London Bridge is falling down. A duchess and a princess ruining the crown. Diana leave Charles and she gone she way. Now both of them ready to ramp and play. So if you want a woman, you want a man, this is time to put your application. But what will happen now since they separate? Diana and Fergie go hand to date. London Bridge is falling down. Bada bada, bada bada bada, oh oh oh, oh 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 oh.
You know, I seriously think if Sparrow wasn't a Calypsonian, he could easily have been an analyst for a newspaper or a lecturer at a university. Indeed, the Supreme King, Sparrow, on CultureShare, London Bridge. We'll be back with more action.
I took me fastness, I don't know what for. Join up the army in the last war. I took me fastness, I don't know what for. Join up the army in the last war. I was discharged with honors, but just the same. Whether peace or war, never me again. They had me like a monkey, always in haste. From morning till night drilling about the place with much double mark time. Eyes right and right inclined. Please halt. Number please. I was fed up with the common standard tease. Brap brap, brede brede. Brava di di la bido bodo. Bragada bragada. You are the musician. Babido bobido bodo.
You know, in the Calypso art form, there may be some beats or lines that you would always remember, like pum pum pitim pum pum, that shadow. Right on, Lord Shorty, I go pack me pee anyway. Lord Kitchener, don't do that. The mighty Sparrow, I put on me guns again. That's Chalk Dust, I going down San Fernando, Calypso Rose. But raga 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 raga. Somehow, I think that this line will remain with us for a long, long time to come. That's the ditty from the glorious son of Barbados, Red Plastic Bag.
Understand one thing when I try to listen to a dub song. I tried and I tried and I tried and I tried and I know that something wrong. Every time the DJ decides to play, one hand go up in the air. Everybody chanting, doing the bogle, oh what an atmosphere. But all I hear, everybody sing. Raga 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 raga. I hear it. The singing, raga 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 raga. The chanting, the shouting, raga raga. Even when I move a little closer, I put me ear close to the speaker. I turn up the radio louder. You know I just can't decipher.
Lord, I'm a better man. I lick up your chest.
Come, Bossy. Fed by after dark, man, you know that fed was the best. From the time I reached by the door, I felt the bassline pounding in my chest. This the music is really sweet, you know I just can't deny. The young and the old are singing it and not me, don't care how I try. All I hear, hey, I want to hear everybody sing. Raga 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 raga. I hear it. The singing, raga 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 raga. The chanting, the shouting, raga raga. Even when I move a little closer, I put me ear close to the speaker. I turn up the radio louder. You know I just can't decipher.
Lord, tell me I'm on a bottom and I lick up the gun. I lick away from them and lick up me to go water. I lick on the gun and lick up me just a man. I
want you to put your hands in, everybody. If you love dancehall music, say yeah. Say I love Barbados. Say I love Trinidad. Say I love Jamaica. I love St. Vincent. I love the whole Caribbean people. This is back on our time.
Play that. March.
This one is for you people. This one specially designed to bridge the gap between the youth and the older people. As far as I'm concerned, it's very important that our messages be heard. And in this reggae music, I am not hearing one thing these fellas singing. Not one thing these fellas singing. One time, man. Come, 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 come. Come. Whoa. Dance all time. I told myself not to be left out. I must get hip on this thing. All these popular dub songs, you know that I would like to sing. How the hell they sing like that and don't bite a hole in the tongue? Like Arabic and Hebrew language, to me that's just how it sounds. All I hear, I wanna hear everybody sing. Ragga, 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 ragga. Thank you, thank you. Ragga, 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 ragga.
So simple, but yet so touching. That's Red Plastic Bag, ragga, 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 ragga. Well, right after that performance, a few moments after he came off stage and he changed, we took some time off at the Brooklyn College to have a chat with each other in the dressing room. I began by mentioning to him that he always seems to be filled with exuberance anytime he comes on stage and has the audience spellbound. Is it something he had in him or something he had to work on?
Well, it's something that I had to work on over the years. For me, I don't think that I'm a natural performer. The last 10 years of my calypso life, I've really worked extremely hard on developing, personality on stage and things like that.
You had any influences?
Well, yes, I've seen a lot of calypsonians perform. I've seen a lot of other artists perform too, and I recognize how important it is to get the audience in the palm of your hands, and that I'm still working on.
When you have a topic in mind that you want to sing on, and you have made that decision, does the music come first, or do the words come first?
Well, both. I work on both together because I think that you must strike a perfect marriage between the lyrical content and the musical content. I think that the whole what you're saying in the song comes along with a feeling, and that feeling is manifested in the music. So I try to work on both together so that I can get a good enough marriage of the two.
In Barbados, on international scene, you hear of Red Plastic Bag, you hear of Gabby, Griner, Ras Eiley, a few of the crop. No pun intended with crop over. Is it because there are not much stars in Barbados, or they're yet to be discovered superstars to take the international scene as you and the rest of Mention did and continue to do?
Well, there's several calypsonians in Barbados who are doing well. It is unfortunate that a lot of them have not really broken on to the international scene. But anyone who has been to crop over would have recognized that in the tents there are several calypsonians of excellent note.
Are you shocked by the way that dancehall reggae is taking over the Caribbean?
I am, but I'm also pleased to see that that we can strike that cross between reggae music and soca music to produce some music that the people love. I think that what has happened too with the fusion is that we are getting more young people involved, and I mean in soca, that is, listen to calypso, that is, because a lot of them have been straying to the dub music, and we are having them listening now to both.
That reminds me of an analogy that Tony Cozier was making, comparing to the imminence of basketball on TV and the youths maybe having a tendency to go to basketball, and maybe cricket will suffer. Right. That reminds me of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, Red Plastic Bag, you've been out of competition for a few years now. Any particular reasons?
Well, I think it's very important that I take a rest. I've been going for 10 years straight. I need to take a rest. I think that there's a certain familiarity that would come along once I'm there all the time, and it makes it more difficult to satisfy the people when you're there all the time. However, last year I couldn't take part because my wife was pregnant, and as a matter of fact, my baby was born on finals night in Barbados this year, and I definitely couldn't take part this year. But I'm hoping in the not too distant future to be back in the competition again.
And they say a true racehorse never loses his colors.
Well, I'm hoping to be back there again and hoping to do well.
And how would you like to see Barbados' calypso in the next, say, 10 years?
Well, so far I'm beginning to see quite an improvement in the last few years, but in 10 years' time I expect to see Barbados Calypso, who knows, maybe to compare with Trinidad's Calypso.
And with the advent of Eddie Grant, now based in Barbados with his ICE record label, you think that can only help the art form?
Yeah, Eddie Grant is doing an excellent job in Barbados for Calypso, and is an artist as a whole in Barbados, and I think with him around it serves well for music in Barbados.
And before I go, I have to ask you this question. Red Plastic Bag. How on earth could a Calypsonian come up with that name?
Well, it's quite strange to me that you didn't ask me that first. Because everybody asked me that. Very Red Plastic Bag.
Save the best for last.
Yeah, but when I first started Calypso in 1979, it started as fun in my district, and I had to get a name. So but I couldn't find one, and one day I went to the beach, and when I came back from the beach, a nephew of mine looked at me and said, "Hey, you look like a red plastic bag," because I was all burnt in the sun. And I found it so funny, and I said, so maybe I should use that. And when I did, it really created a stir. The color red, you have something to identify with, and you have something tangible, a plastic bag to the thing. And at home, in the National Stadium, people wave their red plastic bags, and people dress in red, and it is a sight to see.
Red Plastic Bag on CultureShare. We'll be back. Let's big it up now with some young folks. They call themselves the Dreads, and they're 100% Dread.
Since our youth we believe no other faith but our faith as rhyme. And that's no lie. 100% dread, which is Rastaman vibration. 100% dread, dread upon my head. 100% dread, which is Rastaman vibration. 100% dread, dread upon my head. The road is rough and narrow to be a true dread. You got to live up to a higher consciousness. Don't be a fool because of the dread upon your head. It's a feeling of like that is in your heart. Gain the rest of power.
Believing in the sick of Empire Selassie. Him is one connected to the most high. In his killing, that's the right. I will follow the road. In the armies and the right.
Let's have me grow.
The governing we got, we never walk alone. And I don't understand. Live me life in the answer.
100% dread. It's Rastaman vibration. 100% dread. Dread upon my head. 100% dread. It's Rastaman vibration. 100% dread. Dread upon my head. You gotta live those fashion dreads to come around. You gotta live those fashion dreads to come around. You gotta live those fashion dreads to come around. You gotta live those fashion dreads to come around. What's the story now? You never show how you been. How you been. How you been. 100% dread. Rastaman vibration. 100% dread. Dread upon my head. 100% dread. Rastaman vibration. 100% dread. Heritage, take it over. How y'all feeling? Right about now, I want everybody put their hand up in the air, just like this, and wave it from side to side, you know what I'm saying? This 100% dread is from the heart. It's not the dread upon your head. 100% dread. It is Rastaman vibration. 100% dread. Dread upon my head. 100% dread. It is Rastaman vibration. 100% dread. It's the dread upon my head. 100% dread. Rastaman vibration. 100% dread. Dread upon my head. 100% dread. It is Rastaman vibration. 100% dread. It's the dread upon my head.
Oh yes, the dreads on CultureShare. You know, Shadow is known for walking on stage very slowly in his big black cloak, approaching the microphone on a stand, and sings a song. But on a very rare occasion, you can find Shadow pulling that microphone off the stand and dingolaying his way on stage. Look.
Everybody, dingle, ay, 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 ay. If you close your eyes or you super soft, you could still jump up when music play. Oh, lady, young baby, well, everybody, so dingle, 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 ay, 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 ay. The bamba hop, bamba hop, ow, 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 bamba hop. I'm hop, me hop, I'm hop. I didn't die. I'm high, I'm energy, harmony. You don't need a bulldozer to become a composer. Every little pack or a talk may help to construct a melody. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Music fills the world with happiness, plenty sweetness and togetherness. Music has no friend, no enemy. Everybody, just jingle, jingle it, jingle it, jingle it, jingle it. Well, if you goes down or your groove goes up, you can still jump up when music plays. Oh, lady, young lady, well, everybody, just jingle it, jingle it, jingle it. Dingole, dingole, ay 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 ay. I'm hop, baby, I'm hop, I'm hop in the air, baby. I'm hop, I'm the hop, the bamba, oh yeah yeah yeah. Ba, ba, da da. Come and melodies, harmonies, music in the atmosphere, sweet music is everywhere, even in the park, in the dark, a blind man can find a melody. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Music with happiness, plenty sweetness, togetherness. Music have no friends or enemies. Everybody just jingle it, jingle it, jingle it. Can wear something now. Can wear something. Can wear something now. Yeah. Can wear something. Jingle it, jingle it, jingle it, jingle it, jingle it. Dingole, 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 dingole.
If you know Shadow, you would say that's uncharacteristic of the man, but he did do that night. Shadow, ending off Culture Share this week. It was great keeping you company. Drop us a line, tell us what you think of the show. Help your neighbor, and be good to yourself too. I am Harold PYSADEE. See you around next time. Bye now.
I am in a party mood. I come out to jam. When I say a party mood, I mean jump up and raise your hand. When you see I get this feeling, this exciting soca feeling, it just make me feel like dancing. It just make me feel like jumping. Right now, right now, right now. Hey, on the count of four. On the count of four. Once all you jump, jump, jump. Like you never jumped before. On the count of four. jump, jump, like you never jumped before. Get ready. 1, whoa, 2, whoa, 1, whoa, 1, 2. Everybody jump, 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 jump right now. Jump, 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 jump right now. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, hey. Back on up. I've been to Grenada, Antigua, Jamaica. It's always the same reaction when coming to soca. People jumping up and down, jumping left and right, jumping up all over town. What a wonderful thing. From the time they hear my music, sweet Caribbean soca music, right away they can't refuse it.